This is Iran, a land of kings and poets, of vast empires and delicate verses, and now, of voices rising from the streets demanding freedom. Once, it was the heart of the Persian Empire, the most powerful and enlightened civilization of its age. Today, it is a nation torn between the glory of its past and the struggles of its present. A land where many voices, from Tehran to Kurdistan to Baluchistan, cry for justice. From Cyrus the Great's dream of justice to the cries for freedom on the streets. This is a story of what was, what is, and what could be. 2,500 years ago, a dream was born. The dream of an empire not built on fear but on unity and tolerance. Cyrus the Great declared that all people, regardless of their religion or race, had the right to live in peace. On this ancient clay cylinder, Cyrus wrote words that would echo through time: freedom of belief, respect for customs, justice for all. Persia was not just an empire of soldiers, it was a civilization of poets, builders, and dreamers. Its kings ruled not to enslave but to serve. But how far we have come from those words today. If Cyrus were to walk through Iran today, would he recognize this land? A country where women are arrested for wanting to live free, where poets and musicians are imprisoned for their words, where people fear speaking their minds, not from foreign invaders but from their own rulers. And there are others whose voices are even more silenced: the Kurds, the Baloch, the Arabs, the Baha'is, and many more. Minorities who have lived on this land for thousands of years, now treated as strangers, as threats. Their languages suppressed, their faiths outlawed, their lives taken. A land where the true spirit of Persia, tolerance, justice, dignity, has been betrayed by those in power. But Persia's blood has not run cold. Today in the streets of Tehran, Sanandaj, Zahedan, Ahvaz, and Rasht, the people are rising. In 2022, 2023 and beyond, the murder of Mahsa Amini, a Kurdish woman, for not wearing a hijab correctly, sparked a fire across every province, every people. The Kurdish youth who stand in defiance. The Baloch communities who bury their dead and rise again. The Ahwazi workers who protest for dignity. The women of Iran who refuse to be silenced. All standing as one. These people, from every corner of Iran, are the true heirs of Cyrus the Great. The students, the workers, the artists, all facing guns and prison but standing tall, are the spirit of Persia alive. What happened to the dream of Persia? An empire that once embraced every culture now has rulers who fear their own citizens. Where Cyrus offered freedom, today there are prison cells. Where Darius built roads to connect people, today the government builds walls of censorship. Instead of uniting people under a banner of respect, they divide them with fear and violence. This is not the Persia that once taught the world about justice, and certainly not a country that should turn against its own minorities, its own daughters, its own future. But look closely and you will see, the real spirit of Persia lives on, not in palaces but in the hearts of the people. It lives in the women who refuse to be silent. In the Kurds and Baloch who rise despite bullets. In the Baha'is who keep their faith alive. In the workers of Ahvaz who march for dignity. In every Iranian who dares to dream of a freer land. These are the true kings and queens of Persia today, people who believe in a future where justice is not a dream but a reality. Iran is a country with a soul as old as time. The land that gave us Cyrus the Great, Persepolis, and the poetry of Rumi and Hafez. It is a land that remembers. One day when the walls of oppression fall, when the people's voices are free to sing again, the world will see the true Iran. The Iran of poets, of beauty, of justice, of life, of every Persian, Kurd, Baloch, Arab, Turk, and beyond. Until then, the fight continues, because the spirit of Persia never dies.